Welcome to the City Show. Pat O'Melia here. You, that's why I do the show. I do it for you. Actually, I'm even doing radio now. I think this week we're making a change. I requested a change to the name of the station. Right now it's a Hudson Media Group, but it doesn't work for all the entities that will be on the show. North Bergen High School is going to have a radio show. There are police departments. There are city departments that will be doing an hour show. I got civic leaders that are doing an hour show. So I've requested that we change the name from Hudson Media Group to Good Government Radio, GGR. So hopefully we get that okay. We get the radio show going. I think it fits better with the GGR, so it's not so much promoting the Hudson Media Group all the time, which I don't mind, but I think it fits just being Good Government Radio. We'll have candidates on during the election. We're getting past finally past the election for president. We'll start the next presidential election for 2028, like next week from now. Well, let's get to what we're talking about here. Don't forget everything on the bottom of the screen. Now that we're past the presidential election, we get to focus on local. And what local now for us, since we don't have May elections anymore, is the primaries. And now all the cards get on the table. In Hudson County here, we're going to have assembly seats are going to be up. The governor's up. Mayor Fulop in Jersey City is running for governor. You'll have the sheriff is up. There's some other departments and municipality seats that are up. For the most part, it's governor, assembly, the sheriff, and it's really the face-off between the HCDO and the Fulop faction, which the Fulop faction is operating statewide right now. But we'll see what happens after the June primary. Mayor Fulop isn't just going to disappear. He's got a couple bites of that apple. So it'll be interesting as we come into that primary and after that primary on how the HCDO consists to be a political powerhouse with the Fulop faction operating. It'll be interesting to see how that works. And also we still have the Nicholas Sacco-Brian Stack feud going on. So there are many things to go on. Now, Fulop is pretty much, his group is pretty much announced his candidates. They're all pretty much incumbents. There's some question in Hoboken yet whether the mayor there is going to run for assembly. The HCDO hasn't announced any candidates. The only thing I'm hearing right now is Jimmy Davis running for Hudson County Sheriff. He's the mayor of Bayonne. But everything, now that we're past the presidential, there's going to be a lot of movement going on locally here as we get ready for the June primary. What are we going to talk about today? Well, it wouldn't be a city show unless we talked about CarePoint, and CarePoint has officially filed for bankruptcy. We'll get into that. We're going to talk about the Lowe's Theater on Journal Square. Renovations are going on, but I don't think they're going on well, and we'll get into that also. And sadly, the end of the Jersey Journal. That'll occur in February. That's something we'll also talk about. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
No one plans on heart disease, but everyone should have a plan for it. We help patients of all lifestyles and medical histories plan for healthy hearts. We offer convenient screenings without judgment, hundreds of preventive programs, and women's heart specialists. And we're the largest cardiac surgery program in New Jersey. Make plans for a healthy heart with RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
Panapinto Properties, Jersey City, shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces and addresses your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panapintodevelopment.com. Panapinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
City Show, Pat O'Meara, you here? You there? Hope you changed back your clocks from the back hour. For that matter, it just saved me. Getting ready to do the show, and I didn't realize I did not turn back the clock on the wall here. I picked up an extra hour. I don't know why people have a problem adjusting to it. Outside of the clock, I adjusted to it the next day. It was no big deal. CarePoint files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I guess we're not surprised. No matter what they tried, didn't work. I'm not sure they're the right people leading the way. They filed bankruptcy. They're about $100 million in debt. 100 million plus in debt. And the fate of the 3 hospitals is still to be decided. Right now, they just held off the wolves at the door with the bankruptcy filing. And the bankruptcy filing, they were able to obtain $65,000 or $67,000 in new funding. Sounds like a lot, doesn't it? 67 million, not when 3 hospitals are involved. They burned through money there. Now, 67 million, 3 hospitals, that may carry them for a little less than 2 months. That's how expensive they are. The problems are still there. What has occurred and what has caused the issues with CarePoint, those problems have not been addressed. And one of the main problems, I'll get into the problem, but one of the main things now, the doctors, the nurses, the specialists, the x-ray personnel, the anesthesiologists, all of them, they're wondering, should I try to hang out on this? Should I wait this out, see what happens? Because there's a nurses shortage all over. Hackensack Meridian Health with Palisades Hospital, and of course Hackensack Hospital. RWJ Barnabas with the Jersey City Medical Center. Greenville Hospital and the medical facility they have in Bayonne, they just built about 5-6 years ago. They can certainly use some personnel. For that matter, I think CarePoint was suing RWJ about poaching some doctors. It'll be pretty easy to poach some of these people now when you're looking at your future and you're wondering, should I be staying here? So besides the bankruptcy, they really got to get on sound financial footing and really quick. The merger with Hudson Regional Hospital in Secaucus, that looks like it's going forward. They will now operate under the Hudson Health System, very similar to our medical TV show, Hudson Health. The Hudson Health System, that'll be Hudson Regional, Hoboken University, Christ Hospital, and Bayonne Hospital. That all has to be approved yet by the state. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure Mayor Fulop and Mayor Robbie Baller are now on the board for the not-for-profit of CarePoint. They approved this bankruptcy filing and the merger. I don't know if there are many options. Again, I spoke months and months ago about getting the county involved with the county hospital, and the county could either get money out of Trend better than, it doesn't matter. Here's what we're doing. We're doing this with Hudson Regional. The main problem that has persisted through the entire time when CarePoint's personnel, principal owners, I shouldn't say personnel, principal owners, they were taking money out of the operation, hand over fist, millions and millions of dollars. And then they spun it off into CarePoint with different ownership. But a lot of that ownership still owned the land, and they still do today. I think there's different ownership of the Christ Hospital building and land, and the same thing in Hoboken Hospital building and land. I believe in Bayonne, Hudson Regional Hospital owns the land under there, but not the building. It's all convoluted here. There are a lot of people with skin in the game, big money skin in the game. Those were the same problems that were happening before. Nobody knew who the owners were, and the owners weren't working. They weren't interested in selling. I think eventually the municipalities and maybe the county even will take eminent domain proceedings. We have to clear up the ownership question. While doing that, we have to make sure we protect these hospitals, that they don't become part of a real estate transaction where, for the sake of the system, we'll have to sell 1 or 2 hospitals. That has to be prevented. The land under these hospitals and the hospital buildings themselves have to be protected. We have to change. I think Jersey City changed the zoning under Christ Hospital, and I think Bayonne did the same thing with Bayonne Hospital. We have to make sure when Once the ownership questions of the land and buildings are settled, that we protect it, that they don't become part of a real estate transaction where for the sake of the system, we have to sell one or two of these hospitals. That has to be prevented. So that is a primary job for both Robbie Baller in Hoboken, Mayor Phillip in Jersey City, and Mayor Davis in Bayonne. They have to protect things. The other problem is, and the same issue still floating around, is reimbursement from the state of New Jersey for uninsured patients. And it was a high number, too. I forget what it was, like 70% of the patients treated in Christ Hospital were uninsured. The state covers that, and they give the money to CarePoint. That money hasn't been forthcoming. Those issues are still there. They haven't been settled. All that bankruptcy filing is done is keep the wolves at the door. But eventually get enough wolves at that door, they're going to come in. All these moves don't instill confidence. Can these now 4 hospitals survive with 3 of them 2 miles apart and the third one just a few more miles? They're really in a concentrated area. Plus you have 2 major hospital concerns in that same zone with these hospitals, the Jersey City Medical Center on Grand Avenue, Greenville Hospital in Greenville, and the medical facility in Bayonne. They're still there and they're operating in the same zone at these 4 hospitals. And in North Bergen, you got Palisades Hospital. It'll be very difficult for all these hospitals to be successful. It'll be very difficult, I believe, for them all to be full service hospitals. We have to see all this plays out. And it's going to play out, I think, rather quickly. So we will pay attention to this and we'll keep you abreast of what's going on. Hopefully all these moves work out, but only time will tell. All right, you're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Comprehensive healthcare is here, here, and here. RWJ Barnabas Health is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County with its 2 newest locations, Hoboken and Exchange Place. Within walking distance or accessible by mass transit, our locations combine convenience with primary and specialty care, including cardiology, women's health, orthopedics, cancer care, and more. Let's be healthy together.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
We're back. City Show here. As I was saying, that's a lot of hospitals in a very concentrated area. That's 8 hospitals in a very concentrated area. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. But it's important that it does play out and it play out well for the people of Hudson County. The landmark Lowe's Theater in Jersey City. Up on my desk. I've been involved with the FOL and Landmarks Jersey City, I guess, for the last 20 years or so. There's a renovation going on. The theater is being changed into basically a concert hall. We managed to make some changes. The Devils are going to, the people who own the Devils hockey team, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Washington Commanders of the NFL are the same people who will be running the Lowe's Theater. And we managed to get some things secured. There wasn't going to be much of a stage. It was like, really a rock and roll concert hall. We managed to protect the stage and the lighting. So, yes, you can still do plays in there. It's, the FOL is still going to show movies, that sort of thing, I believe. I don't think the renovations are going that well, and we got a good example of why. I still need to speak to Mayor Fulop about it. I should be talking to Mayor Fulop today about that. There are 4 entities involved with the renovations of the Lowe's. Of course, the Devils Group, who will be operating the theater, and they're overseeing the renovations. The Jersey City Redevelopment Agency, who the theater is under their offices, is part of their property, part of the city's property, and of course the city of Jersey City, and the Friends of the Lowe's. Now, the Friends of the Lowe's, all these 4 are supposed to work together. They ain't. Of the 4, the Friends of the Lowe's saved that theater. Yeah, they saved it from collapsing like the State Theater did years ago. They saved the landmark Lowe's Theater from turning into a ransacked, vandalized, burned out shell of a theater that was the Lowe's Kings in Brooklyn. That was recently renovated. The FOL, they protected the building. They made sure the roof didn't leak. They operated the building. They upgraded the building. There at the time, at the end of the ownership of the Lowe's Theater, they made it a multiplex. They ripped all that out to bring it back to its original grandeur. They've done everything they could with limited amount of funds and a lot of elbow grease. Much construction was done under there with the Friends of the Lowe's. And they literally saved the city of Jersey City 100 million, 150 million, because the Lowe's Kings, I believe, it depends. You never get the right numbers on these kind of things, but I believe they spent somewhere like 225 or 250 million renovating that. That wasn't the issue with Jersey City, its sister theater, because of the Friends of the Lowe's. It never was a derelict building. There was always something going on, and they would operate and renovate, and they put on plays and concerts and Christmas things, whatever was going on. They worked with the community. They saved it. They kept it alive. They kept it structurally sound and improved upon it. Recently, there was an agreement, contract was made, part of the RFP process, and the RFP process clearly stated the role of the Friends of the Lowe's. Their job is to protect the historical aspect of the building. And when the building's done, they got like 50, 60 dates a year where they'll run community events and movies, that sort of thing. Classic movies. I never was into the classic movies, but a lot of people were. That wasn't for me. But they put the plays on and concerts and fundraisers. They did whatever they could for the community. Of the 4 entities involved with the renovations of the Lowe's Theater, which one do you think is basically shunned and kept out of the theater? I'll give you 3 guesses, but you'll only need one. They're Friends of the Lowe's. They are not being allowed to do their job, and that has to stop. That's one of the things I'm going to talk to Mayor Fulop about today. They're all supposed to be involved in the renovation. Recently, if you read the Jersey Journal, the front page, or NJ.com, the construction company started taking down the marquee, and they were just hacking it, cutting it up. Now, the marquee isn't the original that was replaced back in the marquee you and I know was put up there somewhere in the late 40s, early 50s, and it's the only one we basically know. I don't know how many people are around remember the original one. They started hacking this thing up, taking it down. The Friends of the Lowe's should have been involved in that, saying, wait a minute, and nobody knew that marquee better. The Friends of the Lowe's renovated it. They put the signs up. They did all the neon on that. They knew how to take that apart. But did they bring the FOL in? No. The FOL actually sent 2 lists to the city and the Devils of what needed to be protected there and what they had to make sure they did. Nobody even acknowledges the list. Fortunately, there's emails that have been saved. So when this argument comes, and it will come about this week, it'll prove that the FOL tried to do their due diligence and just the other entities didn't give a damn. If we've learned anything from American Pickers, you know what these neon signs are worth. Now, I'm not saying you had to save the whole marquee, but where it said Lowe's Jersey, those inserts should have been taken out. That neon should have been taken out. Yeah, you watch American Pickers, it's worth a lot of money. They could have put those in the walkway. That'll be the art walkway. Neon is just a big thing now. Those signs are worth a ton of money. And they're historic to us here in Jersey City, not maybe to the original building, but to us they are. That's an example of what happens when you shun the FOL. The only people that really know anything about the historic value of that building and know every aspect of that building. They're being shunned out of there. That's stopping. That has to stop. I am going to press upon Mayor Fulop to make sure the Friends of the Lowe's have access into that building. They have keys to the door. And then that wall of construction going on, we can't let them in. Believe me, the Friends of the Lowe's know all about construction in that building. So that's a BS excuse. That has to change. Now, again, the marquee, we all know, you say it's not historic to the building, it's historic to us. But it should have been saved. And what they're going to do, they're going to put a new marquee that mimics the original one. That's all fine. Well and good. But that building and all the historic aspects of it have to be preserved, protected, and saved. And that's what the FOL is there for. The quarter of that group needs to be in there. And that I'll be talking to Mayor Fuller about. That's not done. Then we'll see what we can do media-wise to get some more attention on this. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
No one plans on heart disease, but everyone should have a plan for it. We help patients of all lifestyles and medical histories plan for healthy hearts. We offer convenient screenings without judgment, hundreds of preventive programs, and women's heart specialists. And we're the largest cardiac surgery program in New Jersey. Make plans for a healthy heart with RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just one pass stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
Comprehensive healthcare is here, here, and here. RWJ Barnabas Health is healing, enhancing, and investing in Hudson County with its 2 newest locations, Hoboken and Exchange Place. Within walking distance or accessible by mass transit, our locations combine convenience with primary and specialty care, including cardiology, women's health, orthopedics, cancer care, and more. Let's be healthy together.
We're back. City Show here. You there? I'll keep you posted on the Landmark Lowe's Theater. Also, I want to renovate Gigantor. I got to get into the renovations of Gigantor, the space-age robot there. All right, our last segment. The end of the Jersey Journal is coming this February. You know, I knew it was coming. I didn't realize it was going to end altogether. So it wasn't too much of a shock until I found out there will be no more Jersey Journal. You talk about an end of an era. The Jersey Journal was a constant. In all of our lives, the Jersey Journal was there. It has been on your kitchen table in the morning. The Jersey Journal. It was delivered to your house. I was the Jersey Journal delivery boy at one time. Journal Square is named after the Jersey Journal. For a while, Frank Hagan, the Jersey Journal, were having some issues. Journal Square was Veterans Square for a while, but then it went back to the Jersey Journal. When we talk about government transparency, that's a big word, to be transparent. The Jersey Journal was the light that gave us that transparency. They kept everybody in check. You know, like the Lowe's Theater I mentioned before, they're running unchecked. Without the Lowe's FOL there to make sure the historic aspects are protected, they're not being protected, as you can see by the marquee. The Jersey Journal was the checks and balances to what was going on in the county and in Jersey City. They kept everyone in line. If somebody stepped out of that line, the Jersey Journal broke the story. And the Jersey Journal broke the big stories. Jersey Journal also did the story about a blanket giveaway or a winter coat giveaway. It didn't matter. They wrote it. And, I remember when it was a very big newspaper. Now it's down to like 8 pages. That is a quick read, by the way, in the morning. The old days, it took a while to read the Jersey Journal. Not anymore. It's a shame that we're losing this. It kept our political figures in place. It made my job easier. I can open the Jersey Journal and get the information on a story I might do, instead of me running around here doing those stories. I met great reporters who became friends of mine from the Jersey Journal. The late Pete Weiss. I don't know why Pete Weiss put up with my nonsense, 20 some odd years ago about political scene in Jersey City and Hudson County, but he did. Legendary Earl Morgan, who became a good friend of mine, passed on back in 2018. Augie Torres, who basically succeeded Pete Weiss as our political reporter, great guy. Margaret Schmidt, who would rise to the position of editor. Rod Ziegler, another great reporter. And the Jersey Journal gave a lot of the young guys their opportunity. And it's hard to get those opportunities. That's what I do at the studio with the kids. I give these kids opportunities to be in the production business. Video production, television production, radio production now, podcasts, all that stuff that we do in the studio. A kid wants to learn, I'm in. For that matter, I'm going to do a tweet to get high school reporters involved. We're doing a Hudson County high school sports live show. I want to get all these kids involved. Not only will they be involved in the radio, they'll be involved in the studio. Give these kids a chance. Give everybody a chance. Young reporters, they got that opportunity. Jarrett Renshaw, great guy. Terrence McDonald, another great guy. My buddy John Hines started there at the Jersey Journal. Sally Deering. I'm putting Sally in there because the young people. I want to make sure I got Sally Deering in there because she's a young person. All those reporters got their opportunity with the Jersey Journal. I don't know if anywhere else you would have gotten that opportunity. It's so hard to get that opportunity to these fields that you want to break into. I said many times in the 70s, you want to get a job, you get a job anywhere in Jersey City. That's not the case now. I knew the Jersey Journal's days were numbered by the lack of advertisers. You might see 1 or 2 advertisements in the whole paper. You knew the days were numbered, but I figured somewhere down the line, the Jersey Journal would become insert into the Star Ledger. So I just have to get the Star Ledger now, which I used to read constantly. But then I just kind of folded into the Jersey Journal. I read like 3 or 4 newspapers a day as it is, not counting anything online. But when the Star Ledger announced that they were no longer going to do a print version, I knew that was the end of the Jersey Journal. And about 20 minutes later, the official announcement was made that the Jersey Journal would cease operations in February. And it's a shame. And I'm surprised it couldn't continue on, at least on NJ.com. But that's not the case. I'm going to miss my old friend, the Jersey Journal. And I'm truly going to miss it. It's a shame that this occurred, but that's the way the newspaper business is now. People used to say years ago, print is dead. It kind of is. All right, we're out of show. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you during the week. Good night.